What's up, family? It's the one and only Humblestunna, like no other. We about to get into this video right now. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for tuning in. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're a real one. Or even if you just like this, like the thumbnail, like the title that I put, pretty much, I'll message you. And this is the new channel for us to grow. You could definitely send me videos you want me to react to. Right there. You could do that. Just DM me. I seen that Elon Musk is gonna be talking and announcing his Tesla robots, and they have a name, and you might hear that name from Transformers. If you the leader, not the Decepticons, you know, Optimus. That's the name, and I'm surprised on how fast it's coming out. Let's get into this video right now on the Financial Times on YouTube, and I definitely want to peep out what's this all about before Elon Musk gives his own announcement. So the title is, Will Tesla Optimus robot become a reality?
He had a human dressed up as a robot dancing on stage, and I think a lot of people thought it was a...
Hold up, we gonna start the video like that? Like, imagine you getting bamboozled, like, yo, Elon Musk, he got a whole event going on. Let's go. You feel me? I don't know if you probably got to pay. If not, I wouldn't be surprised. You already make enough money. But just come on, you feel me? You getting bamboozled right now? Like, you tell me I'm getting bamboozled. You see this is actually real.
Yes, he had a human dressed up as a robot dancing on stage, and I think a lot of people thought it was a joke.
What will we see at Tesla in the next presentation? The really hard things to do are dexterous manipulation. So if you see something that can do this, hats off to Tesla. They've cracked some really hard problems. Even if it just touches a surface without causing a problem, if it auto contacts, that's impressive. Walking, not so much, because that's fairly much a solved problem. You know, we've seen fantastic demos for Boston Dynamics. They've probably got a bit of catching up to do.
Bro, yo, on some real shit, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm sitting here, like, look at these robots. Obviously, I've seen robots like the fake. I don't know if they're real or fake, but you see on IG or TikTok, they got robots. I never seen these specific robots, but don't these look like they could be the actors of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Or am I bugging right now? Y'all can't sit up here and tell me I'm not bugging. You got the whole shell. Like, that would be some tough stuff if they did that in the movies.
I think we'll actually see is some movement where it never contacts at anything, which is just a doddle to do, because you've got no collisions, you don't have to worry about anything. We'll probably see a lot of CGI, and they'll blend the CGI with little bits of real footage, and most people won't make the distinction between what's real and what's CGI.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's already starting off on some iRobot type vibes. Like, if you didn't see iRobot and they had a robot in every home of every person, and they starting for a question like this, like, this could be top tier stuff right here.
My name's Will Jackson. I am the Director of Engineered Arts Limited. We are a robotics company based in Cornwall in the UK, and we specialise in humanoid robots. Typical cost is anywhere from 200 to 500,000. If you can put a robot in a space and 10,000 people come into that space in a day, and they all enjoy that experience, then that's the economic model. Customers would be...
Wait, I'm mistaken. Hold on. Did he say $200,000 to $500,000 per robot?
In humanoid robots. Typical cost is anywhere from 200 to 500,000. If you can put a robot in a space and 10,000 people come into that space in a day, and they all enjoy that experience, then that's the economic model. Customers would be museums, visitor attractions, basically anybody who wants to deliver a message in a novel way might use a robot.
You got the robot shadowing him.
Look at the body language and watch Elon's face as he tries to justify what this robot is for.
The Tesla bot will be real. We're setting it such that it is at a mechanical level, at a physical level, you can run away from it.
So he already gave an announcement about this, I'm guessing pretty much ahead of time, because obviously he's done that with every single thing he has released. I guess to get funding behind it. That's how products work. So he's breaking down the Tesla bot. World built by humans for humans. Friendly, eliminates dangerous, repetitive, boring tasks. What does that sound like? That sounds like jobs for a lot of people. A lot of people. A lot of people are bored with their jobs. And me personally, I'm coming from a generation of people that's quitting. Not just because they want to quit, but it's boring. It's not in their passion. They're getting yelled at. It's simple things, but it's boring. It's like that's what it is. It's just boring. And now you got this robot that's 5'8", carry capacity 45 pounds, weight 125, deadlift. Hey yo, they got this dude in the gym for real, or thing. Speed 5 miles per hour, arm extended lift 10 pounds. Word.
And most likely overpowered. So hopefully that doesn't ever happen, but you never know. 5 miles an hour, if you can run faster than that, it'd be fine.
He's trying to justify it in economic terms and say, oh, okay, it's going to be in a factory and it's going to help us produce cars more economically.
Cannot navigate through the world without being explicitly trained. Without explicit, line-by-line instructions. Can you talk to it and say, please pick up that bolt and attach it to the car with that wrench, and it should be able to do that. We've
had automated car factories for 50 years. Tesla has one of the best.
This video is amazing. I'm not gonna lie. This is top tier Financial Times. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to y'all. So you got multicam video neural networks. Okay. Autopilot cameras, auto labeling, simulation and tools, hardware, dojo training. Is that something for fun? Like, why do they need dojo training? And neural net planning.
The car with that wrench, and it should be able to do that.
We've had automated car factories for 50 years. Tesla has one of the best automated car production lines in the world. There is not one single humanoid robot in use there, and they don't need one.
So why do you think he's doing it?
Because it's cool, and because it's the future. If I walked into the street and stopped 3 people and said, imagine in the future you're going to see technology you've never seen before, what are the things you're going to see? And they will say, space rockets, space travel, I'm going to fly to the moon, I'm going to step into my flying car and go to work, I'm going to get on a hoverboard and whiz down the street, and I'm going to have a robot butler in my house that brings me drinks. It's an idea that's in our collective imaginations. Those ideas have a habit of becoming self-fulfilling prophecies.
The thing is, when did the Roomba come out? 20 years ago? I think when the Roomba came out, we expected that by now, in the 2020s, our homes would be full of domestic robots of all kinds.
I'm not gonna lie.
I remember going to a robot.
I'm gonna talk about how it looks like right now. Obviously, it's not the white and black one, but this looks fire. Like, this is a calm robot. I don't like the eyes. The eyes make it creepy and shit like that. You feel me? I don't know about y'all, but if I see a robot that's standing 5'8" right next to me, looking eye to eye with me, like I could look in his eyes, I feel like that's mad weird. Cause like, it's like, and it moves, you feel me? It's like doing its own thing at a certain point, you feel me? Like, does it have a shut off button, things of that sort. But in general, the suit, the Tesla bots look cool. I don't like all the eyes they were showing previously.
Place in Japan once on a trip, and the demo robot would sort of do something and then it would just freeze, and the human would have to scurry in and try and make it work again. And you think, well, at this point, are you really saving any human labour at all if one robot needs 2 people to keep fixing it all the time?
With Musk, I think we really have to think about 2 different types of announcement. I think of the things that are achievable. Maybe they're ambitious, maybe his timelines are a little short for what it'll take. The electric car is a very good example of this. There were electric cars, they didn't perform very well. He set a very ambitious goal of getting the price down, the quality up, the range of these vehicles, and he achieved that. It took him a little longer than he thought, but he achieved it. So that's one type of promise that Musk makes. But I think there's a whole other class of promise. I'm going to take humans to Mars. I'm going to build cars that drive themselves with no human intervention at all. These are stretch goals of an altogether different order.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I get what he's saying. He's breaking down his shit, but you feel me? You can't doubt anybody. You already seeing things is becoming like, it's nothing really impossible you can't do. So this man's point of view, how he's pretty much talking about Elon and his inventions or innovation, it's like a limit at the same time he putting on him, but at the same time you could see that within Elon himself, as a one person, like, there's no limits in this world. No, nothing's impossible.
Because they require technology leaps that we haven't got to yet. And he's assuming that, he can solve these technology challenges. And quite frankly, we don't know yet. He's been promising self-driving cars for years and they haven't arrived. This is how Musk operates. He sets these big, ambitious goals. And I think humanoid robots fits into that second category of just a hugely ambitious idea. It may take years, it may take decades, probably the latter.
It's intended to be friendly, of course, and navigate through a world built for humans and eliminate dangerous, repetitive, and boring tasks. Basically, what is the work that people would least like to do?
Ever since the Industrial Revolution,
there's
been
this
fraught question over automation. Does it destroy jobs? Does it create jobs? Does it make the quality of work better or worse? One of the early types of automation we saw was these threshing machines. Basically could thresh wheat much faster than people could, and it used to be that threshing was something that would keep people going through the winter months. It would give them some kind of income. So when these threshing machines started to arrive in farmers' barns, there were riots and people burned them down and they took the farmers hostage. They sent threatening letters. Half of south of England was in flames at one point when these machines just first started to arrive on these farms. So I think that tells you something about the way that we often find automation threatening, and I don't think that's irrational. In the long run, what we now know looking back is that automation has made us much richer because we can produce more stuff, more wealth for every hour of labour because we've got help from all of these machines and other technology.
Essentially, in the future, physical work will be a choice. If you want to do it, you can, but you won't need to do it. Obviously, it has profound implications for the economy because given that the economy at its foundational level is labor, capital equipment is just distilled labor, then is there any actual limit to the economy? Maybe not.
All through the course of human history, automation.
That man brain crazy.
Fighting,
Like, what?
Upset, nervousness,
I get it though, for sure.
battles over who controls it, and how it changes the way we work as well as how much work there is.
Imagine staring. I don't want to make no fake claim, but I think that's Terminator. If not, whatever. But I don't think you want to look in the eyes of this human. Of this robot every single day when you wake up.
Tesla is arguably the world's biggest robotics company because our cars are semi-sentient robots on wheels.
It's not an entirely wild idea that a car company is who comes up with the first domestic humanoid robots. The first commercial computer in the UK was invented by a tea company. Lions was a big company with tea rooms, huge bakeries, and a huge technological innovator. When they heard about ENIAC, they went to Cambridge and they built a computer of their own. That computer worked on payroll, worked on managing inventory, and they sold it to others as well. So if a tea and cakes company can introduce business computing, then why not a car company introduce domestic robots?
I like that point.
Electro, come here. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, walking up to greet you under his own power.
This is 1940, guys. This is 1940 stuff. Like, that's crazy. Electromoto, man. This is in New York. I wonder if my grandparents or your grandparents even know about something like this, because obviously you probably heard them. some grandparents be shitting on some of the technology. Some of them are excited. Some of them are worried. Some of them they have mixed emotions about these different technologies that's coming out, and some of them do really, really enjoy them. But I wonder what their opinion on this was compared to what Elon is making, because new day and age technologies already came out at a certain pace or a certain amount of years for them to experience themselves to have a judgment on Elon's robot now.
Under his own power.
When Musk demos his humanoid robot, he's not just announcing a product. What he's doing is he's pathfinding. He's finding a way.
That's definitely definitely human. Don't get that mistaken, guys. Do not get that mistaken. He's not pop blocking, dropping it, hitting the woo, you feel me, hitting the folks, all that, you feel me. That is definitely a human. This is a great marketing tactic by Elon Musk. I never seen this in my life. And this is, if I was there, I wouldn't walk out. I'm not gonna cap to you. It would be kind of corny, but at the same time, you see the vision, and it's like, damn, you put this together well for me to sit and see.
Technology could go in the future. That doesn't help just him, that helps everyone else who's watching. Anyone else who's kind of sitting on a new kind of mechanism or a new kind of AI or some potential breakthrough will look at Musk's demo and think, hey, I could do something which helps in that direction. They might not take that to Musk's company directly. They might do something with a competitor or something else entirely. But when you put a vision out into the world of the way technology can go in future years, it has all kinds of knock-on effects and kind of stimulating innovation and ideas.
People talk about the uncanny valley with robots. So it's the idea that the closer you get to looking like a human, the more acceptable the robot becomes until you get too close. And if you get too close, it becomes spooky until you get to a point where you can't actually tell the robot from a person, in which case
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to avoid that at all possible, like, limits. Like, it needs to be a limit. Like, you feel me? That's like, it shouldn't have a human face. Like, because at the same time, it shouldn't have a face. Point blank, period. You should understand it and just make your own assumptions about that one.
perfectly fine again. It's interesting, there are actually two graphs. There's the dynamic and there's the static. What do I mean by that? So dynamic is how does a robot move, and the static is how does a robot look. So lying on my desk here, so here's quite a realistic robot face, quite spooky, quite eerie. It's actually got stubble on it. I would agree with most people who say that's quite spooky and quite weird. And actually one of the attractions of this kind of robot is its uncanny spookiness. You might go to the cinema to watch a horror film. It's horrific, it's scary, but you still go and it's still entertaining in the same way that an uncanny robot can be entertaining too.
I get that, but nobody want to have a horror robot in their house or even walking around. Like, obviously, if it's an attraction, you go to Disneyland, you go to Six Flags, you go to the Halloween Fest, whatever they got going on. Like, if you see something like that, I guess that's something you pay for as entertainment, but not something you want in your home.
It's around 5'8", has sort of a screen where the head is for useful information.
It really depends where the robot will be used. For example, Hans Robotics build a number of robots with rather realistic faces, while Tesla and Boston Dynamics build the robots that actually the face. I prefer lacking of the face. The reason is when you communicate with humans, it's extremely important that the humans understand that this is just a robot, that there should not be any true trust. This is just a machine. This is artificial intelligence driven machine. It is not a true human. And I believe lacking the face will make this very clear. If you use the robots for helping autistic children learn, for example, social cues and how typically developing people act and react, because that's one of the problems that autistic children have. They don't understand how they can express their feelings in a way that others understand. The robots with extremely accurate faces would be extremely good for that. So it really depends on the application.
Thank you. That's a good reason to have a face or a robot for different disabilities. And thank God she has a limit in her head. Like, if I put a face on a robot that costs $200,000, $500,000, somebody has this robot every single day, they wake up and has a face. People already have their own fetishes and weird, just have their own fetishes that they like, that they fall in love with different material things, actually fall in love with. People have actually relationships with cars, different things. That's just one example. But imagine having a relationship, actual marriage relationship with an actual robot. No.
I remember talking to a very senior person at Google a decade ago. And this person said, if you look for where the next $1 trillion markets are going to be, robotics is the one. You know, at the time Google actually assembled a few pieces that it would need to build a human robot. But the project failed and they disbanded, and they have a less ambitious project now. But I think that really gets to the heart of why these companies are interested. The automobile market is around a $500 billion a year market in the US alone at the moment. Now, would people value a personal servant in their home more than they value their car? We simply don't know, but it's not ridiculous to put these things on the same kind of scale. So globally, this could end up being a market worth trillions of dollars a year, an adaptable machine that can do just about anything a human could, at least physically, would have incredible uses. These sound like pie-in-the-sky numbers, but long-term, why not?
What makes me cautious about having a robot in the home right now is everything else that comes with. I'm not super comfortable about data being gathered in my home, or the cameras that would mean, or the internet connection. So having a robot in my home is good from a kind of a labour-saving perspective, but everything else that comes with gives me some pause.
A robot, multiple cameras. Oh.
I think I would.
A robot, different cameras in your home. A robot, different cameras actually doing a job. Let's say a sitting down job. Let's say the robots can type. They're gathering data, and you don't know where that data is going through in that camera. You don't know who's watching that camera through that robot internally. You don't know how Elon is getting this information. Not saying he's the type to actually go ahead and gather all that information from different settings, different households, different businesses, different companies, different relationships. There's no privacy at that point. I think that's what, but that's what he's getting at.
I would definitely like to have one that would help me arrange my home, but more importantly, I think I would really love to have one of those robots to help my mom. My mom is old, and I think that it would be wonderful to have this kind of technology that could replace the need of her going to the elderly home, because she doesn't want to do that, and I just do not know whether we would have this soon enough. So we will see, and yeah, looking forward actually to it.
Would I have a robot like this in my home? I think I'd feel more comfortable if it didn't look anything like a human.
There is no best robot, as each robot has its own unique capabilities and features.
The video right there. And I like all these talking points. I already talked enough. I want to see exactly how Elon will announce this. I'm really excited for this itself. Obviously you have pros and cons of everything in life, but obviously you can see the upside, and obviously through different movies, different experiences with actual robots, not actual robots, but things you use on a daily basis, cars, going down the line, technology itself, phones. You just don't know where the limit will be and how it will be controlled and pretty much limited as a product for the rich, because that's what the price model and price range is for. But if you like this video, if you want to see more of these videos, if you're actually excited for Elon Musk, definitely comment down below. Let me know in the comments down below if you actually like these type of videos I'm reacting to, because I will continue to do that, and technology based. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna stay up. I want y'all to stay up, stay humble. I'm gonna catch y'all next video. Peace out.